Hey everyone, Geeky Jock here in today's podcast. Special video for you today. Well, it's actually like a reaction video. Tomi Lauren has a public service announcement for all us men out there. Man up. Take responsibility. Take responsibility, okay? Man up. That's basically the gist of her little rant. Here I'm on YouTube. I'm recording live. Check me out on YouTube. I'll leave the link on my Instagram. I'm also recording this for the podcast, so we'll have kind of like two birds with one stone. But a little background on Tomi Lauren. She is a conservative pundit, or she was for Fox. She basically is what I would call a tradcon, which means a traditional conservative woman, and which, in my opinion, is basically the holy grail unicorn to a lot of men out there in this modern dating market. The tradcon woman, right? She's hot, she has social media influence, but she's also has conservative values, right? Well, she's a good girl underneath it all. And I mean, she'll stay home and watch the kids, things of that nature. She's basically the modern ideal of what a 50s woman would be back then, pre-sexual revolution, right? So that's kind of what the motto is for these women, at least like Tomi Lauren. I don't think she's all that amazingly attractive. I mean, she's cute for sure, no doubt. I mean, it's pretty obvious if you look at her. But this is so I know I had promised I was going to talk about more men stuff and more relationship stuff on the show. I had some people asking me about it. So this is what I would call the Epiphany Phase. And this means no disrespect to women or people in general. Look, since the sexual revolution, there's been a new category of phases that people go through during their dating cycle. Before it was, get married instantly, basically. Now there's variations of how to go about it. So what I've been seeing the most, and a lot of things, not a lot of things, in dating, per se, right? What I've been seeing is the Epiphany Phase. 27 to 32 is when it really, really starts, appearing in the wild, as I would say. So here, let's just get a take of what she's saying. Enough of me.
Boys who think they're men, but they're actually boys. This is going to be the summer of canceling boys.
Canceling.
Now, from my own personal experiences and the experiences of all of my friends, which range in age from 24 to 36, we've all got issues. Now, I will also say this. All of my friends are attractive. All of my friends are successful. All of my friends have something going on. Almost every single one of them have an issue with men.
Okay.
And you have to start looking at that and thinking, if an age range of that many people, including myself, living really all over the country, and being blonde, brunette, short hair, long hair, tan, super white, super pale. These women range in every body type and everything. They're all successful, they're all intelligent, they're all good people. But
All right, I'm gonna stop her right there. So first off, she says, very smart, they're very intelligent. And I think this is another pre-notion, right, that men are attracted to your degree. Newsflash, we're not. I'm not attracted. No, I never said, damn, that bachelor's degree is looking real good tonight. I want it. I gotta have her. It's not like that for men. Men are success objects and women are beauty objects, right? So for me, I'm not looking for a successful woman per se. I mean, it's great if she fits all my other criterias, or whatever that may be. Let's just say I have these criteria and she meets them. She happens to be smart, successful, has a job, independent woman, whatever you may want to label it as, which is fine. But that's not something that's innately attractive to me. But women project, right? So they think because they find that attractive on men because we're success objects. We literally are. You're a success object. Women are beauty objects, like I stated. So based on that already, she's already arguing from a flawed point of view because I don't think she's gonna have a lot of success. Men are not interested in women who are that successful, man. The girl who's hot at the grocery store, with the less attitude, I'll take her over the master's degree woman who is all feminist and just is very bad to be around. And that's something women need to understand. I don't care about your degrees. So if you're getting degrees to get a man, I'd say that's the wrong. You're doing it all wrong. If you want to get a degree to better yourself and get an education, duh. But if you think that's going to make you attractive to men in the sexual marketplace, no. All right, we carry on. Let's go.
All of these women, including myself, are having issues, then I have to think, it might not be us. It might be you. It might be men. It might be men. Now, I've often talked about the pussification of America and how men are no longer men. I talk to my mom about this a lot, and she says, well, maybe it's just the guys in Texas. Maybe it's just the guys in Los Angeles. Maybe it's just the guys... It is not just the guys in Los Angeles, Nashville, Dallas, and they're not any better in the Midwest. Quite frankly, I think they're trash all over this country in the age range of about 20 to I think about 55, maybe even 60.
So all men are trash from 20 to 65. But who hurt you? Who hurt you? She's mad. Her boyfriend just broke up with her or something. Another little background snippet as we continue her rant. Basically, it is a rant. She was married to some, I don't know. You guys can look it up. I'm not too interested. But she had a $55K ring proposed to and was going to get married. And now she's not married. So, I mean, you guys can look it up. I don't care. But as you see, she's basically saying all men are trash. Nothing's her fault. Nothing in the sexual marketplace and in the dating world is her fault or women's fault. It's all our fault, guys. It's all men's fault. We're trash. And let's see why. Let's continue on. Let's see why. Let's see her reasoning.
A lot of men are trash. A lot of men don't know how to treat women. A lot of men don't know how to really, quite frankly, pull their heads out of the sand and pay attention. So I'm going to help you.
Man up.
And these are some of the things that I've experienced. These are some of the things my friends have experienced. I'm just going to lay a few things out. They haven't all happened to me. Some of them have just happened to my friends. A lot of them have happened to me. So the first thing, and I've made notes, by the way. Okay. I've made notes. Okay. This is how invested I am.
The notes. She got out the notes.
2 weeks solid now. First question for men. All right. If you like a girl, if you're even somewhat interested in a girl, you need to ask yourself this question. Are you single? No, I don't mean are you kind of single, seeing 5 people, dating somebody, still kind of in a relationship, kind of broken up, kind of on again, off again, kind of married, kind of divorced. Are you actually single? That means single. You have nobody. You have no complications. You have no attachments. You are actually single. That is the first question, believe it or not, that needs to be asked. And ladies, you should be asking it because in 2020, it's not a given anymore that a guy that's actively pursuing you is actually single. So that's the first thing. The second thing.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there. So, be single. Translation is, I'm not interested in fuckboys anymore. I'm not interested in the guy who has multiple girls. I'm not interested in the guy who has options. You're wasting my time. I'm hitting the Epiphany Phase. I need you to take me seriously. Although I had all my fun in the past, I'm getting older and that's not so much anymore. I need you to man up and to satisfy my needs at this point in my life. I don't really care necessarily about where you are at your point in your life. If you're not necessarily fulfilling me right now, then you're trash. And that's the translation, guys. So let's hear her second one.
That I think is very important, that men don't seem to understand. There are very few women out there, and I'm speaking from personal experience as well as from all of my friends and all the women, quite frankly, that I talk to. There is not a woman out there that wants to be your pen pal. She doesn't want to get your texts, your good morning texts, your good night texts, your random through the day texts, if they don't follow up with a plan to actually, here's the kicker, in person, hang out. Now, I know what you're saying, oh, it's COVID, people can't hang out in person. This has not been a 4-month problem. This has been a 5-year problem that I've experienced with men and my friends have experienced with men. Women do not want a pen pal. We don't want a texting pal. We quite frankly don't care if you text us all day or if you don't text us at all. If you're not going to make a plan to actually see us in person, not interested. And if you do have a woman out there that just wants to be your pen pal, it's probably because she has a boyfriend.
Translation, stop wasting my time. You idiot. Can't you see that I'm ready? Can't you see that I'm done with the games? You idiot, you trash. Oh, dude, she's basically coming on camera and scolding us. Or all men in general. She said all men are trash. I'm breaking it down. I mean, I'm not. She's basically saying, you're not playing. I'm not playing that game anymore, and I wanna cash in on the sexual marketplace. You know, I'm getting older. My looks aren't gonna last forever. She knows this. All right, here we go.
Or a husband, or a wife, or whatever. We don't want a pen pal. But that also leads me to my second point.
Her second point.
This is gonna be backwards for you guys. Make plans. Make a plan. Do not assume that you can text somebody randomly in the middle of the day, what are you doing? Or text them at midnight, or 1 a.m., or 2 a.m., or even just within hours of when you actually want to see them, and think that they're going to be available. I personally, once I get home and I take my makeup off and I'm watching TV, I'm no longer interested. So if you didn't make a plan earlier in the day, or better yet, a day or 2 or 3 in advance, I'm not interested. I don't want to hang out anymore because that ship has sailed.
Oh. That ship has sailed. You know what I mean? You hitting me up, where you at? What are you doing at 1 in the morning? I'm not into that anymore, guy. You idiot. You trash man. I'm looking for something serious. Something meaningful now. You know, as I'm approaching 28 years old. She's 28, guys, just so you know. She's right in that epiphany phase. Right before she's gonna hit 30. You know, classic epiphany. That ship has sailed. She said it herself. I mean, if you read between the lines, that ship has sailed. She doesn't want booty calls anymore. She doesn't want the fuck boys. You know, it's funny because, you know, I'm 28. And I described this phenomenon in, I think it was In the Days Dating Market Part 2. Check that out, guys, on my podcast, In the Days podcast. Where these girls that I used to, you know, hang out with and have fun, now it's all of a sudden, jump through these hoops, I want a relationship now, kind of thing. And I'm starting to see that amongst my contemporaries. I'm not the flavor of the month anymore. Guys who want to commit to them are the flavor of the month. So just because you're non-committal right at this age, guys, doesn't mean it's done for you. You know, there's younger women, and maybe you can wait it out until you're later in your 30s. You know, you got all that time still. You're not trying to cash in like them. You know, you have a way longer kind of shelf life, at least in this marketplace. So that's what I'm saying. When I look around, I see all these women who are all of a sudden attracted to very stable accountants or guys with money. They're done. The ship has sailed. She's proven it. All right, we'll continue. I digress. Sorry, I kind of went on a tangent there.
The plan. I want to hang out with you at this time. It doesn't have to even be a date. I want to see you at this time. Are you free at this time? Or when are you free? I will accommodate my schedule to see you. When are you free? I want to see you. I know it's not rocket science, but men of 2020, it seems like it's pretty difficult.
You guys are idiots. Men of 2020.
And I'm not a feminist, so please don't take
she's not a feminist.
Rant. I love men.
She loves them.
Great. I think men have failed themselves, and they failed us. And I'm
men have failed you.
Because I think there are a lot of really great guys out there who need a little help. And I don't think there are a lot of women that are stepping up and saying these things and not... FaceTime me, I swear to God. Quite frankly, I don't think that there are a lot of women that aren't raging feminists that don't look like Lena Dunham. They're saying these things to you. So I'm going to go ahead and say them because they need to be said.
We need this, guys.
My friends having to deal with trash men.
Another woman scolding you. That's what we need.
So I'm going to help you out. Make plans. So let's go through these lists again because I know y'all love lists. Number 1, are you single? Number 2, make a plan. Nobody wants a pen pal. We want to actually see you. If not, don't text us because it's a waste of our time and we don't want to see it on our phones. Got it? All right. Next thing.
More.
Value. Okay? Value. Take that in. Just repeat it to yourself until it makes sense.
Value.
If you want to date a girl that has nothing going on, then that's fine. But please do not mix in people like me and my friends who have something going on with your other girls that have nothing going on. And by nothing going on, I mean this. There is no job that is unimportant. There is no job that's not valuable or that's not worthy. It is. But if you want to mix in people like me and people like my friends who are go-getters, who work really hard, who make their own money, who are talented, skilled, ambitious, please don't mix us in with the Tatianas We don't want to be there.
Oh, okay, she's
if
not a
that's what you
Tatiana.
want, find them.
Oh, okay.
Please, for the
Okay.
love of God, do not mix us in with them because we don't want to be there. And quite frankly, we take it as an insult if we find out that you are also talking to 5 Tatianas who have nothing going on. People like me and my friends are going to be insulted by that. And there's almost really no coming back from it.
Okay, so she's saying, stop dating younger, hotter chicks with nothing going on. Date me. You know, I'm successful. I have a career. You know, that's basically what she's saying. You know, she's hitting that epiphany phase. She sees that men would probably go with someone younger than her, someone willing to have more fun, not someone who's trying to cash in like she is. And she's starting to see that, and so she's trying to shame you for not wanting to date girls like her. But you know what? There's this saying: a man can make a woman a queen. A queen can never make a man a king. So what she's saying right now is all good and dandy for her. You know, I have a career, I have money, I have status. She has a couple, let's see how many followers she has. I don't know, she has a couple million followers. So she has clout, I guess. I don't consider that clout, I really don't. It's just probably 1 million guys looking at her all the time. That's all that really is. But she is basically saying, do not waste my time. I'm over it. And, you know, I lost my train of thought a little bit here. So let's let her continue, and then we'll finish. All right, let's go.
So if you want that kind of a girl, the kind of girl who's just kind of happy going through the motions of life.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry, I interrupt. Was she saying that value that she has, women don't share their pot of gold. What does that do for me? Her status, her money, all that, what does that do for me? If I ask for money from her, I'm a broke ass. You know, if I ask for clout from her, she's more famous than me, fuck you, what am I doing with you, peon? Women are like that, they're hypergamous, they're looking for a bigger, better deal, and if she's a bigger, better deal than you, then you won't get anything from her. She won't associate herself with you. I just think this woman has so much status, a lot of money. Her pool of dating is very, very small to who she considers her better. Whatever that is. And it's funny because women will say, no, that's not true. Well, one of the major things on a woman's list is to be over 6 feet. Less than 20% of the North American population is above 6 feet. So that leaves them with the 20% of men. And then you start adding on all this stuff. She basically said, you gotta be rich, you gotta be handsome, you gotta be 6 feet. You gotta be able to wife her up right now. You gotta have all these other things going for you. You gotta be able to match her career and do all these things. And once you start adding up all those factors, her pool of dating prospects are really, really small because she has this inflated self-entitlement because she has a couple million followers and because she has some kind of money. I don't know. But guys, as you know, and to be honest, 18-year-old grocery worker or 28-year-old Tomi Lauren who's scolding me, who's coming on video saying what trash men are, acting like a child, honestly, to be honest. There's really no logical thing. She's just ranting and is upset because she's not taking any accountability for her action whatsoever either. It's also a major red flag to me. Everything in her life is men's fault. Nothing she does, right? She was married and proposed to, right? But she's not married and proposed to, so I wonder what happened there. That guy probably was too beta for her, not good enough. She wants an alpha Chad athlete, but they're going after the younger women. She had her chance, and that epiphany, boop, that light bulb's coming on. All right, let's go.
Not really super ambitious, hasn't really found herself yet, doesn't really have a whole lot going on other than she's pretty. Please just go after them. And please.
You see that? She has nothing going on for her other than that she's pretty. Translation. These younger women are hotter than me.
Do not mix us in. We don't want to be there. I promise you. So value. There's a lot of women out there that I know that are my good friends who have amazing jobs, who work really hard.
That doesn't do nothing for me, baby.
Can't seem to find a decent guy, even if they go up in age 5 to 10 to 15 years, because those guys all want to be with 21-year-olds who have nothing going on.
Stay, she called it. She called it. You heard it? Oh, they just want to be with 20-year-olds who have nothing going on. Yes. Women always say we want control of the sexual marketplace. You created this. And it's funny because there's nothing about there's nothing about this marketplace that I haven't learned from women. They're the masters at the game. They're the creators. Post-sexual revolution. They spin plates, they spin multiple men at a time. They're always looking for the bigger, better deal. And men have taken notice of those strategies because women have gotten so confident now that they're just out in the open about it. About the betas, about the alphas, about the guys they use for food, and then the guys they sleep over at 2 a.m. Right? We've seen all this. And before guys' predisposed kind of position on dating was courtship, honor, innocence, right? Give me a box of chocolates, I love you. Take you to dinner. But now, after seeing how women operate in this new marketplace, all we're doing is things that you guys do. What's the bigger, better deal for me? Right? Women are hypergamous. They're always looking for a bigger, better deal. She wants basically a 1%er. She wants a guy who's, let's just describe what I'm gonna call Tomi Lauren's perfect guy. At least 6'2", at least 200 pounds, because I'm 190 pounds, and she probably wants more muscular than that. So I say 200 to 210 pounds of just shred. Successful, rich, has status, has social media status, can conversate, is funny, is sensitive but strong, can carry her, but yet let her lead when she feels like being led. Do you get what I'm saying? She has all these requirements. And us guys, 18-year-old that looks good, that'll do. That'll do. So whose fault is that? It seems like she has a very inflated sense of her worth. And I'm not saying she's not worth a lot. What I'm saying is to men, intrinsically, her degrees, her status is just based on her nature of not willing to share that. And it's because women can't. They can't respect someone they look down on. A woman cannot make you a king, guys. Remember that. But you can always make a woman a queen. There's a lesson in there. All right, let's go.
I don't think it's going to be fulfilling, but I would say to the men out there, kind of maybe find a woman that you can talk to, communicate with, might actually have her shit together, might actually be ambitious, and have
Here we go with the ambition stuff. We don't care.
Something going on. I don't care what she does. She doesn't have to be on TV. She doesn't have to be a PhD. She doesn't have to be a television producer. She doesn't have to own her own company, but be ambitious and have something going on. Those women out there are going to be a lot more fulfilling to you. You're actually going to enjoy your time. And if you actually might want a sustainable and healthy and stable relationship, that's probably the kind of girl you're going to need to find. Not the Tatianas who just want to look cute and post Instagram stories. Now, I love a good Instagram story. Y'all know I do. I love a good boomerang. I love a good whatever.
So here's another thing, the contradiction. You know what I mean? That's what... This is why I don't take girls like her seriously. The Tatianas that post on Instagram, blah, 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 but she's talking crap on those people when she does exactly the same thing. She bursts thirst traps. It's just that she's aging now. And no one cares about a 20-year-old's Instagram selfies as much as they do 18-year-olds. And she's starting to see that, so she's mad. I mean, let's just call it what it is. I'm tired of beating around the bush on this stuff. This is ridiculous. All right, let's go on.
But if that's all you do, men, if that's all she does, probably Houston, we have a problem. I'm just gonna let you in on a little tip. The next thing on my list is this: consistency. It really does not help
another one on the
or
list.
Friends
God.
Or any woman in general if you are really cool and you're really interested when you first start talking to them, and then give it 3, 4, 5 days, and all of a sudden you're not consistent anymore. You don't make plans. You don't really care. You kind of fade in and out. You're talking to 5 other Tatianas. Consistency is important. Now, if you want to be inconsistent and you want to ghost and you want to fall off the radar, that's fine, but I'm going to give you a pro tip. People like me and people like my friends, we aren't going to really give a shit after that. We don't really care. The F's have been given and we're kind of done. I'll tell you this from personal experience. Once I'm turned off, I am turned off. And I don't care anymore.
She's off, bro.
Because at one point, I probably did care. At one point, my friends, they probably did care. They probably did like...
All right, here's the truth. They do care. Did care is really translation for I do care, but I'm starting to see the realities of the sexual marketplace. I'm starting to see that is not one giant party for me to enjoy like it was in my basically ages 16 to 28. There are consequences for my actions, and I don't want to deal with those. Instead, I want to live in fantasy land and blame men for all my promiscuity, for me not locking down a quality man in my peak years. And now that I'm upset that guys just use me for my body and stop talking to me after a few days and go chase after younger girls. And they're starting to pay me less attention. That was a real translation, guys. All right, let's let her finish off. I mean, look at this thing. I'm 25 minutes in, dude. 25-minute video of her ranting about how everybody else and everything else is at fault for her life and her dating situation and her friends. Typical, right? All right, let's go.
You because you expressed interest and maybe you were cool, maybe you were kind of fun to hang out with. But if you're not consistent and you fall off the radar, I give you maybe 1 to 2 chances to fix that because I'm a very direct communicator. Women, this is important. I will communicate to you. If your communication isn't great, I will let you know that. I will let you know that more effort is needed. But if you don't heed that warning and I have to warn you twice, I'm done at that point because I don't really care anymore. Now I'm done. Now I don't care. And I know my friends who are watching this are thinking and saying the same thing because we have these conversations on an almost daily basis. Once you turn us off, we don't care anymore. So let that be a warning to you.
A warning, guys.
You're going to circle back. They always come back. They always come back. But when you're ready to come back, I probably don't care anymore. So if you want to switch up, stay there. Pro tip. My last thing on my list.
Another one. Oh my God.
Excuse my language. Don't be a bitch.
Oh
Don't be a
my
bitch.
God.
Don't be a bitch. If you haven't failed and you lost a woman of value like myself or my friends, and then we don't really care anymore, don't be a bitch. Don't be butthurt. You did it to yourself. Okay? And it's no longer my problem. Now it's become a personal problem of yours. So don't be a bitch. And by the way, if I'm no longer interested because your effort is shitty, that's not me being a bitch. That's not me being difficult. That's me having a standard in which I expect from people. I do have high standards and high expectations. My friends have high standards and I have them all over my DMs. Sometimes I check them and you guys are like, what would it take to be with someone like you?
What would it take?
What would it take to be with your friends? What are girls like you? What are they looking for? I laid them out for you very simply there.
All right, I'm gonna end it right there. I can't. There's only a minute left on the video. So to get with her, this is all you guys. This is all you have to do, guys. Basically, be a slave to her whims and her needs at this age. And if you're not, then you're invisible and/or an idiot to her. And if this is the epitome of what a unicorn is in the modern dating market, then no wonder she's alone and men are alone and everyone's miserable. And I don't really think it's like that. I mean, look, women get to party, no doubt, from 16 to 28. That's just a fact. That they have the life at their fingertips if they stay relatively attractive. And men can prosper after 30 in the same kind of way. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with admitting that. If a man stays relatively in shape, just keeps earning his money, after 30, he has tremendous value. He catches up to women, if not exceeds their value. And like I said, guys out there, women cannot make you a king, ever. It's never going to happen. It's never happened throughout history. When have you ever heard about any time in history, in ancient times, a woman making a man a king? It's not possible. Make yourselves kings, focus on yourselves, and just, I'm not saying don't date Epiphany Phase women, but realize where they're at and play the game accordingly, because she's playing the game, man. She's not hitting up guys to hang out anymore. She's looking for, I don't know what she's looking for, provider maybe. I don't know. She wants to cash in on the sexual marketplace. That's what it is. She wants to cash in. Her value is right here, right now. It's going to start heading down a little bit as she starts to age, as her looks start to erode, and as every day a fresh crop of 18-year-olds are entering the marketplace. And she knows this. That's why she mentioned all without the honest. She sees it too. All right, that's my show, guys. Like I said, no hard feelings. I mean, she started it with the PCSA. I just finished it. If you guys have any questions, end of days podcast 24@gmail.com. That's EOD podcast, I believe. EOD podcast 24@gmail.com. Hit me up with any questions. I will be on YouTube. This is my YouTube channel. I'll be making videos, and this is gonna be on In the Days podcast too, on Apple and on Spotify. Thanks for listening, guys. See you guys later. Bye.